I want to first of all talk about one of the most interesting days of my life.
Nixtieq nitkellem l-ewwel dwar l-iktar waħda mill-ġranet interessanti ħafna fil-ħajja tiegħi.
When I was actually invited to a very famous, the most famous talk show in America.
Meta kont mistieden fl-iktar talk show famuż fl-Amerika kollha.
A man called Donahue, that was the name of the show.
Dar raġel li kien jismu Donahue, dan kien l-isem ta' dan ix-show.
But I wasn't just there to visit.
U ma nkontx jagħt hemmhekk biss biex inżur.
I was actually there to be interviewed.
U ma kont jagħt fil-fatt hemmhekk biex niġi intervistat.
And it had to do with our haunted house in the church.
U kellha x'taqsam ma' din li nagħmlu għal Halloween il-Haunted House fil-Knisja.
So they invited me onto this talk show.
Allura stidnuni fuq dan ix-show it-televiżiv.
And it was televised.
U jien kont jagħt fuq it-televiżjoni.
As I was coming out of the airport, they had a man there standing with actually my name on it. Buckholes.
Kif kont ħireġ minn ġol aeroport rajt raġel hemmhekk bil-karta li ġabu huma bismi fuq u Buckholes.
Oh, I felt pretty important.
Oh, ħassni daqsxejn importanti.
And so I followed him when I got my luggage.
Allura segwejtu kif ġibbat il-bagalli tiegħi.
It was me and another pastor actually.
Konna ju pastor ieħor fil-fatt.
And he led us to a limousine.
U wassalna fejn limużin.
And he drove us to a plush hotel in New York City.
U wassalna f'din lukanda sabiħa fi New York.
And this hotel room had two different rooms.
U din il-kamra tal-lukanda kellha ġixti kmamar separati.
And in the center of the living room there was a round fireplace.
U f'nofs il-kamra l-kbira kien hemm is-sala, kien hemm fireplace tont.
Off to the side was a study area.
U s-sofani madwaru mal-ġemp kien hemm żona ta' studju.
Now this was our hotel room.
Issa dik kienet il-kamra tal-hotel tagħna.
And on each side of the living room area there,
U minn kull parti tal-kamra tas-sala hemmhekk.
we both had our own bedrooms and our own bathrooms that were absolutely huge.
It-tnejn li aħna kellna l-kmamra tas-soda tagħna u l-kmamra tal-banju tagħna li kienu kbar assolutament.
So I got some rest and they were going to pick us up later for the show.
Allura striħajt naqrax kienu ħejġbruna aktar tard biex imorru fuq dan ix-show.
And we took the limousine to the studio.
Ħadna l-limużin biex waslitna f'dan l-istudju.
Of course, first of all, I had to go and sit in a makeup chair.
Fil-qalba taċ-ċittà ta' New York, allura l-ewwel nitkellem poġġi fuq siġġu fejn jagħmlu l-makeup.
And get all powdered up and this and that.
U mlewni bil-powder u dan u liħor.
And then the show was about to begin, so they called us out on the stage.
Allura x-xogħol kien ħajibda allura sejħunna l-barra fuq l-stage.
My friend sat in the audience.
Il-ħabib tiegħi poġġa fl-udjenza.
But I'm on the stage and I'm looking at this crowd of people and the cameras and the lights.
U ma qiegħed fuq l-stage qed inħares dil-folla ta' nies u l-kameras u d-dawl.
And it was a very interesting show.
U kien show interessanti ħafna.
But I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
U ma nkun irid imparta din l-esperjenza għal xejn.
Since then, I've never been invited to another show.
Minn dakinhar qudiem qasqat ma rġgħu stidjuni fuq xi show ieħor.
But it was an incredible day.
U ma kienet ġurnata inkredibbli.
And I want to talk about something this morning
U nixtieq nitkellem dwar xi ħaġa dalgħodu
that you just don't want to miss.
li verament ma tridux timmissjaw.
But let's read some verses here in Revelations 12.
Ejja naqraw fit-tip ta' Rivelazzjoni kapitlu 21.
The writer says, I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
Il-kitib jgħid li jien rajt ġenna ġdida u art ġdida.
For the old heaven and the old earth disappeared.
Għal xiex il-ġenna l-antika u l-art l-antika sparixxew.
And I saw in verse 2 a holy city,
U vers 2 jgħidilna jien rajt ċittà mqazza.
a new Jerusalem come down from God out of heaven.
Ġerusalem ġdida nieżla minn Alla mill-ġenna.
And in verse 3, look, God's home is now among his people.
U vers 3 jgħidilna ara issa id-dar tal-leda fil-qalba tan-nies tiegħu.
He will live with them
U ħajjgħix magħhom
and they will be his people.
u huma ħajkunu n-nies tiegħu.
God himself will be with them
Alla nnifsu ħajkun magħhom
and he will wipe every tear from their
u
eyes.
ħajneħħilhom kull dema li hemm fajnejhom.
And there will be no more death nor sorrow
U mhux ħajkun hemm iktar mewt jew dwejjaq
nor crying or pain.
jew biki jew ġieħ.
All these things are gone forever.
Dawn l-affarijiet kollha ħajmorru għal dejjem.
And in verse 5,
U vers 5
he says, look, I'm making everything new.
jgħidilna ara jien ħanamel kollox ġdid.
What would be the most amazing, funnest, extraordinary place in the world for you?
X'ikun l-iktar post eċitanti tad-daħ u sabiħ fid-dinja lik?
Where would that be?
L-iktar post estraordinarju fejn ikun dan?
Now, I was looking at some different hotels that are kind of the most famous in the world.
Bdejt inħares lejn lukandi differenti li huma l-aktar famużi fid-dinja.
How about in Nairobi to have a casual meal with a giraffe?
Jew kellha Nairobi għandhom il-din tal-qamħ il-kamra fejn jiġu l-ġiraf.
Or maybe in Finland you can sleep under the northern lights.
Jew kellha l-Finlandja tista' tmur tistrieħ taħt id-dawl nordiku.
Or maybe a beach hut in Bora Bora.
Jew kellha ġo xi waħda minn dawn il-kmamar li hemm Bora Bora fejn il-baħar.
Now these would be quite exciting,
Dawn ikunu eċitanti, vera?
interesting.
Interessanti.
But let's add to that now.
U mejja nżidu ma dan issa.
What would you do if you could just have the funnest time of your life?
X'kont tagħmel kieku tista' tieħu l-iktar żmien ta' pjaċir
What
f'ħajtek?
would you experience? What would you want to be part of?
Xi tkun trid tesperjenza minn xi tkun trid tkun parti.
An incredible water slide?
Jew kellha xi rikba tal-ilma kbira,
Maybe to
inkredibbli.
go out and shoot guns?
Fejn tmur tispara sniter.
Take a hike through maybe some incredible waterfalls?
Jew kellha tgħaddi bil-mixi minn taħt xi waterfalls, fontani li għaddejn.
Ride horses?
Tirkeb fuq iż-żwiemer,
Maybe pet a baby lion?
forsi tmiss il-jum baby,
Zip line?
jew kellha tgħaddi minn fuq da żwiemer,
Parachute?
jew taqbeż bi
I
paraxut.
mean, there's got to be things on your list.
Hemm xi ħaġa suppost fuq il-lista tagħkom.
And what would you do if you could see and have the most incredible view?
U x'kieku x'taraw kieku jista' jkollkom l-iktar veduta
Or to
inkredibbli
watch something?
biex taraw xi ħaġa.
How about maybe to watch them make an action movie and to see a real thrilling scene?
Kif taħseb kieku tista' tarahom jagħmlu filmat tal-azzjoni, tarahom jagħmlu di xena trillanti
Where
ħafna.
they're shooting and cars are overturning and exploding?
Fejn qed jisparaw il-karozzi din iduru jinqelbu jisplodu.
Or who would you be with?
Jew kellha ma min trid tkun.
If you could be with anybody, the most exciting, funnest, interesting person, who would you be with?
Jew kellek tista' tkun ma' xi ħadd l-iktar persuna tad-daħ li tieħu pjaċir magħha ma' min tkun kieku.
Okay, so let's add all this up.
Ejja nżidu naqdu dawn kollha flimkien.
The most amazing, funnest place ever.
L-iktar post ta' pjaċir tad-daħ li qatt teżista.
The most incredible things to do ever.
L-iktar qatt affarijiet eċitanti li tista' qatt tagħmel.
The most incredible things to see ever.
L-iktar affarijiet eċitanti li tista' tara qatt.
And of course, the most incredible people to be with ever.
U da żgur li huma l-iktar nies eċitanti u tieħu pjaċir magħhom li qatt tista'
And let's
tagħmel.
add to that the safest place ever.
U ejja nżidu ma' dan l-iktar post safe, sikur li hemm.
Where there's no intimidation.
Fejn m'hemm l-ebda intimidazzjoni,
There's no danger.
m'hemmx periklu.
Where would that be?
Fejn ikun dan?
In the world.
Fejn ikun dan fid-dinja?
How about Disney World?
X'taħsbu dwar Disneyland?
That has to be it.
Jew hawnhekk,
I mean, look at this place.
ara daqsxejn dal-post.
I mean, that looks pretty exciting.
Jidher daqsxejn eċitanti vera?
You know, it just goes on and on.
U jkompli sejjer u sejjer.
Disney World's the size of Malta.
Id-dinja ta' Disney hija daqs ta' Malta.
It's huge.
Hija kbira.
It's just the fun, interesting things to do and see.
L-affarijiet sbieħ li tista' tara tagħmel.
Incredibly beautiful.
Sabiħ ħafna inkredibbli.
And of course, there's the rides.
U ta' żgur hemm ir-rikbiet li
They're
sabiħ
like endless rides.
li ma jispiċċaw qatt.
It's going up a mountain.
Titru fuq il-muntanja.
I mean, it's just non-stop interest
U interess li ma jispiċċax.
and fun.
U pjaċir.
They've even got the haunted mansion.
Saħan sit għandhom dik id-dar, il-villa li hija ħantjata.
And it's really incredible some of the effects they have inside there.
U ma daqsxejn inkredibbli xi wħud mill-effetti li għandhom hemm
How
ġew.
about the Pirates of the Caribbean?
Jew kellha il-pirati tal-Karabien.
This is a pirate ride, but you literally go beneath the ground, 3 different levels. But you're in a boat and it goes down. It's incredible.
Għandhom din ir-rikba li tmur ġodajsa u tinżel 3 livelli differenti taħt l-art.
I'm sure that's exciting
Inkredibbli dan, nemmen li ċerti li huwa eċitanti
and fun.
u pjaċir.
But the world has its fail.
U mad-dinja għandha l-falliment tagħha.
It just fails.
Hija tfalli.
In compared to what the Bible calls the New Jerusalem.
Ikkumparat ma dak li l-Bibja ssejjaħ Ġerusalemm il-ġdida.
Literally, it's heaven that comes down on earth.
Literalment huwa l-ġenna li jinżel fuq l-art.
And even Disney World.
U saħansitra Disneyland.
Did you know that at least one person's injured like every 9 days there?
Kont taf li minn tal-inqas persuna tiġi mweġġa kull 9 tiem?
See, this is the best that the world has to produce, and it fails.
Qed tara dan huwa l-aqwa li d-dinja għandu xi produċi u jfalli.
But I want to talk about this new heaven and new Jerusalem.
U ma nixtieq nitkellem dwar din il-ġenna ġdida u Ġerusalemm il-ġdida.
Heaven is not a place full of tiny chubby angels playing harps.
Il-ġenna mhuwiex post fejn hemm dawn l-anġli b'osra boċċi idoqqu l-arpi.
Or just angels singing 24/7, holy, holy, holy.
Jew l-anġli kantaw 24 siegħa kuljum imqaddes, imqaddes, imqaddes.
It's far more than that.
Huwa ħafna iktar minn dan.
Heaven is an actual place.
Il-ġenna huwa post fil-fatt huwa post.
Jesus told the disciples,
Ġesu qal lid-dixxipli tiegħu,
he said, don't let your heart be troubled.
għallhom tħallux il-qlub tagħkom ikunu inkwitati.
Trust in me.
Efdaw fija.
There's room in my Father's home.
Hemm il-kmama hemm post fid-dar ta' missieri.
I wouldn't tell you this unless it was true.
Ma kontx ngħidilkom dan jekk
And
mhux
I'm
vera.
going to prepare a place for you.
U ħammur nipprepara post talikom.
When everything's ready, I'm going to come and get you.
Meta kollox ikun lest jien ħaniġu
And you'll always be with me.
U intom dejjem ħadkunu miegħi.
See, there's an actual place called heaven.
Qed tara ma post hemm post attwali.
Jesus told the man on the cross that died next to him, tonight, today you'll be with me in paradise.
Ġesu qal lir-raġel li kien minn ġenbu fuq is-salib u mit qallu llum int ħadkun miegħi fil-ġenna.
See what heaven is?
Qed tara dak li hu l-ġenna.
It's actually a city that comes down and it falls upon the earth.
Huwa fil-fatt din il-belt li tinżel u taqa' fuq id-dinja.
The earth will be renewed from its brokenness that Adam and mankind has caused.
U d-dinja ħaterġa' tinbidel u tiġi ġdida mill-ħsar li għamel Adamu u l-bniedem.
It will be burned up with fire.
Ħadd inħaraq bin-nar.
Look at 2 Peter.
Naraw fit-tieni Petru.
And the elements are all going to melt away with flame.
U l-elementi kollha ħajdubu lem bin-nar.
And we're going to be looking forward to this new heaven and a new earth that God's promised.
U għana ħankunu għadin ħarsu l-qoddim lej din il-ġenna l-ġdida u din l-art il-ġdida li Alla jek jipprometti.
See, this is a city prepared that's being built and designed by God.
Qed tara din hija belt li qed tiġi ddiżenjata u mibnija minn Alla.
An eternal foundation designed and built by God. You can read it in Hebrews 11 here.
Fundazzjoni eterna li hija ddiżenjata u mibnija minn Alla. Qed tistgħu taqraw fil-ktab tal-Ebreu 11 hawnhekk.
So one day the earth will be burned up and the city will come down upon the earth, this new Jerusalem.
Allura ġurnata minnhom id-dinja ħad inħaraq u di Ġerusalemm il-ġdida ħad inżel fiha.
That will happen.
Din ħad tiġri.
You think of the new Jerusalem city, right?
Meta inti taqra dwar dan, tibda taħseb dwar Ġerusalemm il-ġdida l-belt.
It's 12,000, the Bible says 12,000 furlongs wide.
Il-Bibja tgħidilna li hija 12,000 furlong twil, wiesa,
12,000 deep,
12,000 fonda
and 12,000 high.
u 12,000 għolja.
So let's look at this just a little bit closer.
Mela jaħarsu li taxej lejdi tal-viċin.
So we're talking about the new Jerusalem.
Qegħdin nitkellmu dwar Ġerusalemm il-ġdida.
12,000 furlongs.
12,000 furlong.
Well, how long is a furlong?
Kemm hu twil dal-furlong?
A furlong is like 0.125 miles.
Furlong wieħed huwa bejn wieħed u ieħor wieħed punt wieħed 2.5 mili.
So 12,000 furlongs equals
Allura 12,000 furlong jiġi jirriżulta
1,500 miles.
1500 mil.
It's not just like a city.
Mhuwiex biss bħala belt.
When we think about Europe,
Meta naħsbu dwar l-Ewropa,
and we're thinking about 1,500 miles square,
u qegħdin naħsbu dwar dawn 1500 mil kwadru,
that's the size of the new Jerusalem.
dan huwa l-kobor ta' Ġerusalemm il-ġdida.
From the edge of France all the way to the mid-Ukraine.
Mit-tarf ta' Franza triq kollha sa nofs l-Ukrajna.
That's huge.
Din hija inkredibbli kbira.
Remember the height of it.
U ma tridu tiftakru l-oli tagħha del-belt.
It's 1,500 miles high.
Hija 1500 mil.
If you were to put levels, layers
U tipprova tpoġġi dawn il-layers fiha,
of
livelli
city,
ta' villaġġ.
now let's put 1,000 feet in between each layer.
Ejja npoġġu 1000 bit bejn kull layer oħra.
3 times the tower size in Pachyville.
Qed titkellem tliet darbit id-daqs tat-torri li hemm ta' Porto Maso.
Then you have the next layer.
U mbagħad għandek il-layer ieħor.
If we did that,
Jekk aħna nagħmlu dan,
we have 7,800 layers.
Ikonna 7,800 lejer.
So when you equal all this out,
Allura meta tirriżulta dan kollu flimkien,
the landmass
il-kobor tal-art
is equivalent to 89 Earths.
jirriżulta daqs 89
This is the new Jerusalem coming down.
din hija Ġerusalem il-ġdida li nieżla.
Now what's going on?
Ta' dan li qed jiġri.
We're talking about the best
Aħna din nitkellmu dwar l-aħjar.
music you ever heard isn't going to compare, not even come close.
Saħan sitra l-laqwa u l-aħjar xi ħaġa li inti smajt mhix ħadd ikkompara.
The best views you've ever experienced.
L-isbaħ veduti li jentom qatt esperjenzajtu mhux ħajkomparaw.
Not even close.
Laqas saħan sitra viċin.
The best fun.
L-isbaħ pjaċir.
The best feelings.
L-aqwa feelings li kelkom.
The most beautiful.
L-aktar sbieħ.
Nothing can compare.
Xejn ma jista' jikkumpara ma'
It
dan.
is spectacular in its beauty.
Hija spettakolari fi sbuħija tagħha.
The colors,
Il-kuluri,
the landscape,
l-artijiet li
the
hemm.
streets being paved with gold,
Saħan sitra t-toroq li hemm bankina mid-deb.
the gates
Il-bibin biex
being
tidħol.
made from one pearl,
Il-grada li hija magħmula minn perla waħda.
all of them,
Huma kollha.
each from one pearl.
Kull wieħed minnhom huwa minn perla
The
waħda.
walls of the city,
Il-ħitan ta' dil-belt.
no, they're not like the Rock of Malta.
Le mhumiex bħal ġebla ta' Malta.
The walls of the city are made of precious jewels.
Il-ħitan ta' din il-villaġġ ta' dil-belt huma magħmulin minn prezzjużi l-ġewelli.
Emeralds and onyx and topaz.
Emeraldi u topazes.
And then the water that flows through.
U mbagħad saħan sitra l-ilma li għaddi minnhom.
Crystal clear, beautiful water.
ċar kristall ilma sabiħ ħafna.
Gushing out beneath the throne of God in it, and it runs down through the center city.
Li għaddej minn taħt it-tron talla u jgħaddi sa nofs il-belt.
The trees.
Saħan sitra
The
s-siġar.
Bible says every month they yield 12 different kinds of fruit
Il-Bibja tgħidilna li kull xahar jerħu kull 12 tip ta' frott
on
differenti.
just one tree.
Saħan fuq siġra waħda.
The experiences
L-esperjenzi
of the city itself.
ta' dan il-villaġġ ta' din il-belt innifisha.
And being able to walk back out the gates and to just experience the universe.
U terġa' kapaċi toħroġ minn ġol gradu tesperjenza l-univers.
You're not going to know less than you know now.
Int mhux ħatkun taf inqas milli inti taf
In
issa.
fact, Paul says in 1 Corinthians,
Fil-fatt Pawlu jgħidilna fl-ewwel Korinti,
we see things imperfectly.
aħna naraw affarijiet imperfettament.
Things are puzzling.
Affarijiet li huma taqadhom.
But then we're going to see a lot more clear.
U mbagħad ħanaraw ħafna iktar ċar.
Now we know in part,
Aħna nafu parti
incomplete,
inkompleta,
but then we're going to understand. We're going to have a complete understanding.
u mbagħad aħna nifhmu ħajkonna l-fehma kompluta.
So as we're there and we're beginning to learn things and understand,
Allura kif aħna din hemmhekk u nibdew nifhmu affarijiet
it's going to be a glorious place.
ħajkun post glorious ħafna.
Literally heaven on earth,
Letteralment il-ġenna fuq
where
id-dinja
trouble does not exist.
fejn il-problemi ma jeżistux.
No sickness,
L-ebda mart,
no pain,
l-ebda ġieħ,
no death,
l-ebda mewt,
no crying,
l-ebda biki,
no thieves,
l-ebda ħallilin,
moth,
l-ebda
or rust.
farfett u laqas sadit.
And yes, Kathy, there's animals.
U iva kiet ħajbel hemm l-annimali.
The Bible talks about the wolf and the lamb in Isaiah 65.
Fejn kiet Eżejja 65 il-Bibja titkellem dwar il-lupu
How they'll feed together.
u n-naġa kif huma ħajklu
Another
flimkien.
verse in the Bible says that a baby will play by a cobra's nest
Il-Bibja versi ieħor jgħidilna li il-baby ħajkun qed jilgħab ma' ġemp iż-żona fejn jkun hemm il-kobra
without fear.
bl-ebda biża'.
This is the heaven.
Din hija l-ġenna.
And then we ourselves, if we change, there's no more humanity,
U li aħna nfusna ħankunu mibdolin m'hemmx iktar umanità.
pride and position.
Il-kburija u l-pożizzjoni.
There's not going to be any models there.
Mhux ħajkun hemm modelli hemm.
But we'll have our own perfect bodies
U ma ħajkonna ġisimna kull
that
wieħed
are
minna
not
perfett.
human flesh.
Li mhumiex magħmulin mill-ġisem tal-bniedem.
All imperfections will be removed from us.
L-imperfezzjonijiet kollha ħajtneħħew minna.
Thank God.
Glorja l-Alla,
And
grazzi
there will
l-Alla.
be a perfect spirit within us.
U ħajkun hemm spiritu perfett ġo fina.
We'll have no fear.
Ma jkollniex biża',
There'll be absolutely no shyness or embarrassment.
ma ħajkun hemm l-ebda mod ta' mistħija jew nkella imbarazzament,
There'll be no shame.
mhux ħajkun
You
hemm
can absolutely be yourself with no cover-up.
mhux ħajkun hemm dik il-mistħija tista' tkun assolutament inti nnifsek bl-ebda cover up, mod
All
tija jew oħra.
And then we'll be with family.
U mbagħad ħankunu mal-familja.
will be family.
Aħna ħankunu familja.
We'll recognize each other.
Ħanarfu lil xulxin,
You'll meet new family,
ħajkollok familja ġdida.
and you'll never forget a name again.
U qatt min tħatel nexxilek tinsa isem.
You'll recognize each other.
Intom ħatarfu l-xulxin.
It's interesting how Peter, James, and John knew who Moses and Elijah were.
U interessanti Petru u Ġwanni li għarfu min kienu Mose u Elijah.
In Matthew 17,
Fil-ktieb ta' Mattew
and
17.
it doesn't say they had name tags on.
U ma tajx li kellhom il-name tags immoħħlin
They
fuqhom.
just recognized them.
Għarfuhom.
And then we'll be in the presence of God.
U mbagħad ħankunu fil-preżenza tagħha.
You know, we talked about who would you like to be with, the most famous person, and to spend a fun time with, and we'll be in the presence of God.
Aħna tkellimna dwar ma min tixtieq tkun l-iktar preżenza, l-iktar ħin ta' pjaċir. Aħna ħankunu fil-preżenza tagħha.
It's said in this text
Jgħidilna hawnhekk dan it-tekst.
that God will dwell with men.
Li Alla ħajkun jgħat mal-bniedem.
There'll be this personal closeness with God.
Ħajkun hemm din viċinanza personali malla.
Did you see what it says that He wipes the tears?
Rajtux għalina li hu ħajimsaħ id-dmuħ.
He doesn't just make a decree, okay, nobody can shed a tear anymore.
Mhux biss jaqbdu lek ħadd ma jista' jikbej iktar.
No, He literally comes.
Le u letteralment jiġi
Let me wipe that.
ħallini ħanimsaħ din.
He wipes the tears.
U jimsaħ id-dmuħ.
This personal touch,
Din il-mess personali.
personal closeness,
Din il-viċinanza personali.
and light beaming from Him.
U d-daw li jiddi minnu.
It tells us no need of sun nor moon.
Jgħidilna li m'hemm nibda bżonn tal-qamar jew
He's the
tax-xemx.
ultimate in power.
Huwa uniku fil-qawwa.
And love just permeates out of Him.
U l-imħabba li toddu u d-daw li
And
jiddi
we'll
minġu fih.
talk face to face with Jesus.
U għan nitkellmu wiċċ imwiċċ ma' Ġesu.
Are we all just going to sit around in a cloud and eat grapes and polish our halos?
Għanpoġġu xej kollha fuq isħab u niklu iż-żabbuċ u npolixjaw il-ħelu stana.
No, there's things going on up in heaven
Le, ma affarijiet li qegħdin jiġru l-ġenna.
that mankind cannot ever even imagine.
Li bniedem laqqas biss jista' jibda jimmaġna.
And 1 hour in heaven
U sija il-ġenna
is going to top all the very best moments and funnest days of your life put together.
ħadd ittoppja l-iktar żminijiet ta' pjaċir u l-iktar ġran li kellek ta' pjaċir ta' ħajtek kollha flimkien.
There's the natural entertainment,
Hemm il-pjaċir.
but God giving us the ability to make fun things.
U Malla jagħtina l-kapaċità li aħna nagħmlu affarijiet ta' pjaċir.
Do you think He knows how to make fun things?
Taħseb li hu jaf kif jagħmel affarijiet ta' pjaċir?
I'm going to zip line from Pluto to Mars.
Jien ħanmur biż-zipline minn Pluto sa Mars.
God knows how to make fun things.
Alla jaf kif jagħmel affarijiet ta' pjaċir.
You know how there's this thing inside, just a thrill, there's this joy, this excitement?
Taf kif hemm di xi ħaġa pjaċir l-eċitament li hemm ġewwa?
God puts that there.
Alla jpoġġi dan hemm.
The world so much disappoints that anticipation of the thrill.
Id-dinja tant iddisappunti dan l-antipazzjoni u l-pjaċir
But
l-eċitament
God's going to fulfill that.
u Malla ħajwettaq dan.
It says in 1 Peter,
Jgħidilna fl-ewwel Pietru.
and we have a priceless inheritance,
U aħna għandna wirt ta' bla prezz ta' bla
an
valur.
inheritance that's kept in heaven for you,
Inheritanza li hija miżmuma l-ġenna lik.
pure, undefiled,
Pura blebda mod ta'
beyond the
informazzjoni.
reach of change or decay.
Ħafna iktar il-bot mill-qada, mill-qabda tal-bidla jew kien tan-nixfa.
But in the original it says that it doesn't fade.
U ma fl-oriġinali għajdilna li ma tfallix, ma titsparixix, ma titlaqx.
What that means is
Li jfisser dan,
it doesn't get boring.
iġifieri li din mhux ħassir boring ta' dwejja.
When you get your first glimpse of heaven,
Meta inti tirċievi l-ewwel dera tiegħek tal-ġenna,
you're going to gasp,
inti ħadd tinħasad.
wow!
Wow!
It's going to be followed immediately by another gasp
U ħadd tiġi segwuta immedjatament.
because of another new sight,
Għal xi hemm veduta sabiħa oħra
and
ġdida.
followed by many more gasps
U ħafna iktar ħażdiet sbieħ
of the new encounters,
tal-sbuħijiet tal-laqat ġodda.
the endless wonders of heaven.
Isbuħiet il-ġodda li ma jispiċċawx
That's where the
fil-ġenna.
Bible says
Dan huwa dak li l-Bibja tgħidilna.
it's forever fresh and exciting.
Hija l-dejjem eċitanti u friska.
It's forever new.
Hija l-dejjem ġdida.
And you're going to have a job
U int ħajkollok xogħol.
helping God run the universe.
Tejn il-Alla ħaddem l-univers.
You're going to serve God without any exhaustion.
Int ħataqdi l-Alla bl-ebda eżawriment.
And it's forever.
U hija dejjem.
It's not a day pass to Disney World.
Mhux dal-biljett tal-ġurnata għal Disney World.
It's not a 3-day pass to Disney World.
Mhux dal-passaġġ tal-3 jiem għal Disney World.
It's forever.
Huwa dejjem.
And you will not miss your life here on earth.
U inti m'intix ħadd immissja l-ħajja tiegħek hawnhekk fuq id-dinja.
Now, I can't imagine anybody
Jien ma nista' nimmaġina ħadd.
being on an airplane
Ikunu fuq aeroplan.
and say, you know what? You know, you're sitting in the back of the plane, but we have to bump you to first class.
U jgħidulek taf xiex kont qed bil-qiegħda fuq warnet tal-aeroplan u ma ħantellawk first class, l-ewwel klassi.
So you go from these little chairs
Allura jekk minn daw is-siġġiet iż-żgħar
and sneaky people on each side of you.
u n-nies jibnu fuq kull naħa tiegħek,
You're crunched,
int mafeġ,
but you go to first class where you can stretch out and lay down and you have everything. They cater to you like you're a king.
u tmur f'din l-ewwel klassi tista' toqgħod tistreċċja hekk komdu jġibulek kollox isek xeren.
Nobody
Ħadd
thinks,
jaħseb
I wonder what I miss you back there in the back of the plane.
min jaf x'qed nimmissi hemmhekk fuq wara tal-aeroplan.
You're never going to think you're missing something good.
Inti qatt minn ħataħseb li ħadd timmissja xi ħaġa tajba.
And we'll see sin for the way God sees it.
U aħna naraw id-dnub kif jara Alla
It's going to be stripped of all its illusion.
u ħaj jenżam minn kull illużjoni
And
tiegħu.
sin is going to be utterly appalling to us.
U dnub ħajkun qed sigurament li dejjaqna lilna.
Yeah, but what about my loved ones?
U ma x'taħseb dwar dawk li nħobb jien
They're not here.
le mhux qegħdin hawn.
That's not going to spoil heaven.
Di mhix ħatfotti l-ġenna.
Because we're going to have an insight that God himself tried to reveal himself to every person.
U ma ħajkonna din il-fema li Alla prova jiżvela lilu nnifsu il-kull persuna.
And he gave opportunity
U tal-opportunità
to each heart.
il-kull qalb.
But they didn't want him.
U ma marridux.
He's preparing the place for us.
Qed jipprepara l-post talina.
And you are going to want to be there.
U int tkun trid tkun hemm.
You know, some people say,
Xogħol min-nies jgħidu.
I'd rather have a good time in hell than be bored in heaven.
Nippreferi kolli naqa' pjaċir l-infern milli noqgħod indejjaq il-ġenna.
You better be right.
Jaqbillek kunċert.
Because if you're wrong,
Għax xi għandek żball,
you're going to be wrong for a long, long time.
ħajkollok żball għal żmien twil.
So here's the question.
Allura hawnhekk il-mistoqsija.
You want to go?
Inti titmu?
Are you going to be there?
Int ħatkun hemm?
It takes repentance.
Tieħu li terġa' ddur lura mid-dnub
And
tiegħek.
it takes Jesus.
Tieħu l-Ġesu.
In Revelation chapter 21,
Fi-ktieb ta' Rivelazzjoni kapitlu 21.
nothing evil will be allowed to enter.
Xejn ħażin mu ħajkun permess li jidħol.
Nobody that practices idolatry
Ħadd li jipprattika idolatri
and dishonesty,
u diżonestà.
but only those
U ma dawk biss
whose names are written in the Lamb's book of life.
li għandhom isimhom miktub fil-ktieb tan-naġa tal-ħajja.
We got to repent.
Aħna rridu nduru lura mid-dnub.
In John 14:6,
Fil-ktieb ta' Ġwanni kapitlu 14-6.
Jesus said, I'm the way, I'm the truth, I'm the life.
Ġesu qal jien it-tfiq, jien il-verità, jien il-ħajja.
And you go to the Father through me.
U inti tmur int il-missier minn ġo fija.
You want to be in heaven, trust me.
Inti trid tkun il-ġenna hemm minni, afdani.
I've got my exciting day in the Donahue show.
Kelli l-ġurnata ta' eċitament fid-daxxo ta' Donahue.
But that ain't nothing
U ma dimi xejn.
to the first 30 seconds of heaven.
Li tibda mal 30 sekonda tal-ġenna
And it never ends.
u ma jispiċċa qatt.